or as many as I could get, because I had to change my phone number again because, they did the bomb threat, and then they lied and said that I was trying to commit suicide live online with a knife and sent the police to my door.
What's that you're showing? These
are the police cards.
Oh, wow.
The ones who thought that when they came to this concert, this was the best night of their life because this rapper wanted to invite them to the hotel. They didn't know he was a this.
So then he was like, it's power, see? I can make a man, he said, if I can make a man suck my d, I can make people do anything for money.
So guess who's back in the spotlight with a fresh batch of exclusive gossip from the entertainment industry? None other than Jaguar Wright. She's stirring up the tea again, and this time it's all about her claims that Diddy allegedly sent his goons after her when she spilled the beans on his alleged misdeeds. Now, we all know Jaguar's no stranger to controversy, but when it comes to dropping truth bombs, you can't deny she's been consistent. Let's rewind a bit. Remember 3 years ago when Jaguar was shouting from the digital rooftops about Diddy's shady dealings? She was calling him out as a potential trafficker who learned the ropes from his mentor, Clive Davis.
My focus right now is Sean Combs.
Okay. Tell us why.
Because he's a trafficker. And he's using music and entertainment traffic.
Back then, hardly anyone was brave enough to publicly label Diddy with the T word, except for Jaguar. Fast forward to today, and what do we see? Homeland Security swooped in with coordinated raids on Diddy's properties as part of an investigation into those same crimes Jaguar accused Diddy of years ago.
As federal investigators continue their probe into Diddy's shocking trafficking allegations, it's been nearly a month since authorities, many from Homeland Security, raided the rapper and producer's LA and Miami mansion.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Jaguar Wright's crusade against the bigwigs of the music industry. She's been on a mission to shine a light on Diddy, Jay-Z, and other industry heavyweights for years. Despite facing backlash and being labeled everything from crazy to a clout chaser, Jaguar remains undeterred. In fact, she's ramping up her efforts with a new round of interviews. She recently made a return to the infamous Blue Couch at Real Life Productions, where she first made waves back in 2020 with her revelations about Diddy and Jay-Z's alleged connections to mysterious deaths in the industry. So, love her or hate her, Jaguar's not going anywhere anytime soon. She's got more to say, and she's not afraid to say it. Now, after that bombshell interview a few years back, Jaguar straight up accused Jay-Z of targeting her family in an attempt to scare her into shutting up.
But I never signed no paperwork.
Okay, you never signed no paperwork.
I just didn't want to put my family's life on the line.
So you were worried about him coming to get you?
Yeah, like everybody else is.
But did Jaguar let that stop her? Nope, she just kept on talking. Fast forward to her latest sit-down with Real Life Productions, and Jaguar spilled even more jaw-dropping details. According to her, Diddy didn't just stop at sending intimidating glares her way. He allegedly went full-on mob boss mode. She alleged that he sent his goons to threaten to blow up her house, had her tailed like a secret agent, and even allegedly bribed her husband to have her committed to a hospital. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of the messed up tactics she revealed. But wait, there's more. Jaguar also dished out some never-before-heard info about Cat Williams. According to her, the comedian risked life and limb by exposing the dark underbelly of the industry. Allegedly, he had to sleep with a bulletproof vest because he ruffled some serious feathers among the Hollywood elite.
Back in that moment, Cat was still wearing Kevlar to bed.
Now, fans are understandably freaking out about Jaguar's safety. History has shown that speaking out against Diddy can potentially have serious consequences. Just look at Wendy Williams or TikToker Kyle Marisa Roth, whose recent untimely death at just 36 years old has sparked a whirlwind of speculation. But what exactly did Jaguar spill about Diddy, Jay-Z, and the shady side of the industry? And how did Diddy allegedly try to silence her? Let's break it down.
I can't wait. I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background.
If you've been keeping tabs on the Diddy drama and all the disturbing accusations circling his name, chances are you've stumbled upon one of Jaguar Wright's interviews. But let's backtrack a bit and shed some light on Jaguar's background. She's not just another face in the crowd. She's had her fingers in the music industry pie for quite some time. Starting off as a singer, she's rubbed shoulders with the likes of Jay-Z, Lauryn Hill, Common, and Jill Scott. Her talent caught the attention of The Roots back in 1998, which kickstarted her journey touring with them. Jaguar also dropped 2 solo albums, but despite her promise promising trajectory, her career hit a roadblock when her label MCA Records, which is part of the Universal Music Group, pulled the plug on her third album slated for release back in 2003. However, Jaguar didn't fade into obscurity. Over the past few years, she's been making waves with her viral interviews, where she's been dropping some bombshell allegations about the dark side of the music business. These allegations flew left and right and implicated some heavy hitters in the industry. But initially, folks brushed off Jaguar's claims as sour grapes, claiming she was just bitter her music career never took off. Also, her interviews didn't exactly set the internet ablaze until she stepped onto the real-life production stage, and that appearance was a game changer. Now, there are several reasons why Jaguar has been blowing up on the internet lately. First off, the tides have shifted when it comes to celebrity culture, and the allure of Hollywood glitz and glam has been losing its shine lately. Most people are straight up fed up with celebrities, and it's becoming obvious that being a celebrity in this day and age isn't all it's cracked up to be. The game has gotten oversaturated, and everybody is seeing through the fake fame and fortune. And don't even get me started on the scandals. From the whole Free Britney movement to the Kardashians cashing in on their lack of talent, the big names like Ellen DeGeneres and Oprah getting exposed for being the exact opposite of what they presented themselves to be, Nickelodeon getting exposed for knowingly hiring P-word men to work with young stars. It's like the more we dig, the dirtier it gets. On top of all that, the wealth gap just keeps on widening and people are out here struggling to make ends meet. So of course they're sick of watching these celebs flaunt their lavish lifestyles. Now don't get me wrong, people are still interested in celebrities, but now they want to see them exposed and brought to justice. And that's where people like Jaguar Wright and Cat Williams come in. They're not afraid to shine a light on the dark side of the entertainment business and speak truth to power, and that's why they have such a massive following. However, that's also the reason why they've both been labeled as crazy and thrown in jail multiple times only to beat all charges slapped on them. Cat Williams even claimed that they tried to take away his kids, all because he dared to speak on the people who really pull the strings in the entertainment business.
And they find guns and drugs now.
Drugs?
That's what it was reported.
Sir, you can look at my paperwork. There was no drugs. Weed is not a drug.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that's safe for kids to be around guns and stuff like that? I mean, I'm just curious.
How do you keep this kid safe without guns? They were in a lockbox that the police broke.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm saying, if the police come in and raid my place and break into my gun boxes, you're gonna find guns. But these aren't. Well, I'm not in a gang. What difference does it make?
Now, you were actually stopped for this and let go because you have a license for it,
No,
right?
this is their 9th time coming to my house. The problem was this time they came to my office and took my kids from an office, not from my house, from an office. So now when I can't have my kids at my office,
that's an issue.
I must be the
definitely.
most terrible black dude. Because here's the whole thing. You gonna charge me with child endangerment? After I adopted 7 children and had them for 14 years in this state? Really? You coming after my kids now? Because it was already a witch hunt. Now you want my babies? Yikes.
Now, as for Jaguar, she's talked about her life being on the line multiple times, and she even alleged that the death of her only son in 2018 may have been a warning for her to stop exposing the industry big shots. Jaguar's son, Giovanni, was shot and killed on his 25th birthday back in September 2018. According to Dallas News, Giovanni was found by police in the parking lot of a hotel in Arlington and taken to a nearby hospital where he died. But here's the thing, Jaguar later alleged that the police were involved in a supposed cover-up and allowed the man who shot her son to walk away free. Back in September 2020, on the 2nd anniversary of her son's death, Jaguar shared a message on Instagram saying, "The Tarrant County DA office would rather let a murderer named Caleb go free than prosecute a murder that would uncover all of the corruption that exists in the Tarrant County public offices. There's a reason why they got rid of Joel, a Philly Bull, the last black chief of police, and he was forced to go to the FBI to investigate all of the corruption in the Tarrant County DA's office. They tied Joel's hands, they tied the Arlington Police Department's hands, and now I'm demanding they stop trying to tie my hands. If I have to go all the way to Austin, Texas to demand that Governor Greg Abbott open, or should I say reopen, my son's murder investigation ASAP, I will." However, following her son's death, Jaguar herself experienced several run-ins with the law, and in January 2023, she was arrested for an alleged domestic dispute involving her now ex-husband. Jaguar's husband claimed in the video that he was in a barbershop when Jaguar and a man by the name of Solar, who is apparently a former member of the Atlanta-based cult called Carbon Nation, came in and physically attacked him.
She came up here and me while I was at a barbershop. Her and goddamn me, Solar, came to the barbershop where I was sitting resting in peace after cops was called on me. Bruised me and me.
However, Jaguar later alleged that somebody paid her husband to set her up, and fans speculated that Jaguar was set up by both Solar and her husband. One fan said at the time, "Solar is an op and Jag fell for it. Thought she was smarter than that. They got her, y'all." And another person added, "Someone probably put something in her drink that made her go crazy, and now they have her right where they want her in their custody." But what made this situation even more suspicious was the timing. See, Jaguar was arrested just 3 weeks after her interview on Real Life Productions went viral. In that interview from December 2022, Jaguar made a series of explosive claims about multiple A-listers, including Diddy, Jay-Z, Clive Davis, and others. She also touched on the deeper issues with the industry, alleging that multiple high-powered executives take advantage of young men behind the scenes.
But then, the same executives that are telling you make sure the girls fall in love with you are the ones sitting there diddling you. You can't be gay in public, but please be gay with me. Like, I mean,
right.
It's kind of up.
It's kind of up.
Now, when it comes to Jay-Z, Jaguar made a lot of bombshell allegations about him, from claims that he literally eliminated his competition to his friendships with R. Kelly and Diddy, and even his alleged involvement in Aaliyah's death.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace, Big L.
One of the
That
dopest.
was the
One of the
sensei.
dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then, you know, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, you know, camaraderie with Honeycombs. He's not at least an executive at Tidal.
At least.
Like I said, Biggie died, Tupac died. And then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z. And then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and it's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together.
And did you catch Jaguar calling Diddy Diddler? That nickname is all over social media now, but Jaguar was using it long before it became a thing online. Keep in mind that this interview was recorded over a year before Cassie dropped her bombshell lawsuit against Diddy and got the ball rolling. Of course, Diddy had all kinds of rumors and allegations attached to his name long before Cassie came forward with her story. However, it was only Jaguar Wright and a couple of other people who were brave enough to call a spade a spade. In fact, Jaguar even referred to Diddy as an S trafficker in another interview with Storm Monroe, which came out even earlier than her interview on Real Life Productions. Jaguar told Storm that Diddy might have been manipulated by his late mentor, Uptown Records founder Andre Harrell, who in turn was used by his mentor, Clive Davis. She then went on to allege Jaguar said that Diddy uses his position in the industry to commit serious crimes, and he allegedly learned how to do that from his mentors, Andre and Clive.
My focus right now is Sean Combs.
Okay. Tell us why. Tell us why.
Because he's a trafficker. And he's using music and entertainment to traffic.
Now, is this just boys, girls, adults, kids?
I mean, from what I've heard from sources that I would consider reliable, it really doesn't matter.
Wow.
I don't think sexuality is something that has anything to do with gender at this point for Sean. I honestly think he's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
And his mentor was
Andre Harrell.
Tell us how
who was mentored by Clive Davis.
Jaguar pointed out that Andre Harrell fired Diddy from Uptown Records in 1993, and within just 2 weeks, Diddy was able to launch his own label, Bad Boy Entertainment, which quickly surpassed Uptown. Keep in mind that at the time, Diddy didn't have the money and influence he has now, so the only way for him to start his own label 2 weeks after getting fired was with the help of someone more powerful. And according to Jaguar, that someone was Diddy's rumored sugar daddy, Clive Davis, and the only reason Diddy was able to build the Bad Boy empire so quickly was because he was doing some, let's say, favors for Clive.
Andre got passed over. Like, how do you go from being the president of Uptown and losing your entire company to your intern? Like, Puff started out as an intern.
Now, there's also this blind item that recently went viral, alleging that after Diddy got fired from Uptown, he got down on his knees for Clive, literally. And after that, Diddy and Clive were allegedly in a secret relationship for years.
So Clive Davis is over Arista, which is over Diddy's Bad Boy record. Now, rumor has it, allegedly, Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1994, and that's how Bad Boy Records came about.
According to the same blind item, Diddy and Syvie share a lot in common, and they've both faced allegations about using their influence to get rid of people who stand in their way. In Clive's case, there's a long-standing conspiracy that he had something to do with the deaths of multiple legendary artists, from Janis Joplin to Whitney Houston. As for Diddy, well, where do we even start? From Tupac and Biggie to Kim Porter, the list of people whose deaths were rumored to have Diddy's hands all over them is a very long one. And get this, according to Jaguar Wright, she almost ended up on that same list after Diddy allegedly sent his goons to take her out for exposing him. By the way, Jaguar has spoken about facing threats to her life on multiple occasions in the past, and she even said she was scared that Jay-Z might try to go after her family.
I always heard like you had some kind of C&D where you couldn't talk about Jay-Z, but
I never signed no paperwork.
Okay, you never signed no paperwork.
I just didn't want to put my family's life on the line.
So you were worried about him coming to get you?
Yeah, like everybody else is.
Because I seen a lot of Rock Nation on your page and stuff like that. So now you're more vocal. What was the turning point?
They went too far. Sean Combs and Sean Carter have been working together for the better part of 25 years to find a way to take over full control of the entertainment industry. They have been slumping and sidelining relevant hip-hop communities for decades so that they can have control. Now they done killed Jacqueline Avon, and they done picked up old Clarence Avon, and now they running around acting like they remind me of fucking Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. That's what these niggas is acting like out here.
However, Jaguar didn't let herself be intimidated, and she straight up dared Jay-Z to take her to court for defamation, saying she'd love to have a chance to spill all the beans under oath.
I'ma make it easy, sue me.
Yes,
I wanna be sued. I wanna be sued.
Jag, why do you want to be sued?
Because I wanna have to go to court.
Well,
if I go to court, I gotta swear on the Bible to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I believe in the God that they say that it's all about, so I'm not gonna lie. And then I get to say all of those things that I haven't said on court record in front of a judge, which could open up other investigations into other things, which is why y'all want me killed. Sue me, please.
And now Jaguar is back with even more explosive allegations. And in her latest interview on Real Life Productions, she claimed that someone tried to blow up her house for speaking on Diddy. Jaguar talked about Diddy's houses getting raided last month, and she said a lot of people called her that day to say she was right. And that's when she mentioned that she had to change her number because someone had previously threatened to bomb her house.
The day of the raid, I got a lot of notifications. I got a lot of ads. I got a lot of mentions. I got a lot of phone calls. Or as many as I could get because I had to change my phone number again because, you know, they did the bomb threat.
But that's not all. According to Jaguar, they also tried to claim she was trying to unalive herself, and get this, she even pulled out the police card to show her house was doxxed by people who were allegedly paid to go after her.
And then they lied and said that I was trying to commit suicide live online with a knife and sent the police to my door.
What's that you're showing? That's a
these are the police cards.
Oh, wow.
of my address that was doxxed by Patrice Garner, Chatty Patty.
Wow.
For a bunch of crazy motherfuckers to come to where I live. Y'all cute.
Another one. Oh.
And another one.
Oh, wow. Okay. So address out there, police looking for you.
Phone number doxxed by last YouTube boyfriend. I had a YouTube girlfriend and a YouTube boyfriend. I don't know why they always send the stupid ones. I keep telling them, don't send a stupid mother to do a smart mother's job.
Jaguar also addressed that whole situation with her husband allegedly setting her up to be arrested, and she revealed that her husband also tried to blow up her car on someone else's orders.
Ever since they had to keep my husband quiet because, you know, once he gets arrested for blowing up the car, he's gonna have no choice but to snitch on how YouTube paid him to betray his wife and, you know, make sure his wife went to jail so that they could poison her to death.
Now, as for those Diddy raids, Diddy and his team were quick to cry foul, saying Homeland Security came in way too heavy-handed. However, Jaguar said the agents were just doing what they had to do, given the serious nature of the allegations they're digging into. The same allegations Jaguar spilled the tea about 3 years ago in that Storm Monroe interview.
So what are your thoughts on the show of force, even not knowing?
They did their job. He's a sex worker. He's got guns. And he's got semen-coated fucking VHS tapes. I would have went in a hazmat suit.
As for the threats allegedly being made to her life, Jaguar pointed out that she's not the only one who had to deal with stuff like that after exposing the industry elites. She mentioned that Cat Williams has been arrested over 30 times, and yet they never convicted him of anything. And according to Jaguar, at one point, Cat even used to wear a bulletproof vest to bed because he knew what type of danger he was dealing with.
You know, back in that moment, Cat was still wearing Kevlar to bed. To bed.
He said he got arrested over 30 times.
Yeah.
No convictions.
I'm getting close.
Go ahead.
But it's been about 30 for him. It's been 8 for me.
Yes.
He beat felony, I beat felony.
And then Jaguar also mentioned Wendy Williams, claiming that Wendy was the first one to expose Diddy and the people he allegedly works for. And according to Jaguar, Wendy's current situation is most likely connected to Diddy trying to silence her.
Shout out to Wendy Williams, the first woman to uncover the homo thugs. That's what these down low bitches was called when Wendy first started talking about it in the 90s, the homo thug. She talking about Diddy.
And then what's the stuff that's happening with Wendy Williams? Do you think this is all connection too?
Of course. They've been waiting. He's been waiting. He was waiting for Kim. Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
But you already know how it goes every time Jaguar opens her mouth. The whole internet goes into a frenzy. You got one camp saying she's just chasing clout, spinning tails left and right, and then you got the other side swearing up and down that Jaguar is telling the truth and nothing but the truth. The skeptics are saying Jaguar is not doing anything special, just repeating the same old gossip you can find with a quick Google search, and she's just adding her own little spin on it. Someone said, Cat and Jaguar are two bitter souls that think the industry owes them more than they have received. Talking about arrests, both acted irresponsibly and got arrested on numerous occasions. If there was anything like the Illuminati, the last thing they'd worry about is these two. And another person added, Jaguar Wright starting to sound like a hating bee. They didn't want to be friends with no more. So she started talking ish about everybody. It's a broken clock at this point because she's no longer an insider in the industry. However, Jaguar still has a whole army of supporters backing her up, and they're saying even if Jaguar is exaggerating some of the stuff for attention, it can't be a coincidence that all these people who stepped up against Diddy Diddy and the big shots in the industry ended up getting labeled as crazy, locked up, or even passed away under shady circumstances. One fan said, "If someone is catching death threats but not lawsuits, you know two things. One, they're telling the truth, and two, they have receipts." And another fan wrote, "I'm glad Jaguar is finally getting to say her truth. Back in the early 2000s, she was there and she's obviously quite traumatized, which is why she just can't stop talking about all of this. She was never vindicated for what she went through. She talked about being drugged and violated, but they gave her back the tape." But what's your 2 cents on Jaguar and her laundry list of allegations against Diddy and other industry heavyweights? Do you think Jaguar is putting herself at risk by speaking out like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments and then stick around for this next video.